study estimates the odds of life and intelligence emerging beyond our planet Earth. This is from Columbia University, New York. Despite knowing when life first appeared on our Earth, scientists still do not understand how life occurred, which has important implications for the likelihood of finding life elsewhere in the universe. A new paper shows how an analysis using a statistical technique called Bayesian inference could shed light on how complex extraterrestrial life might evolve in alien worlds. We know from the geological record that life started relatively quickly as soon as our planet's environment was stable enough to support it. We also know that the first multicellular organism which eventually produced today's technological civilization took far longer to evolve, approximately 4 billion years. But despite knowing when life appeared on Earth, scientists still don't understand how life occurred, which has important implications for likelihood of finding life elsewhere in the universe. In a new paper published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, David Kipping, an assistant professor in Columbia's Department of Astronomy, shows how an analysis using a statistical technique called Bayesian inference could shed light on how complex extraterrestrial life might evolve in alien worlds. He said, the rapid emergence of life and the late evolution of humanity in the context of the timeline of evolution are certainly suggestive, but in this study, it's possible to actually quantify what the facts tell us. To conduct his analysis, Kipping used the chronology of the earliest evidence for life in the evolution of humanity. He asked how often we would expect life and intelligence to re-emerge if Earth's history were to repeat, rerunning the clock over and over again. He framed the problem in terms of 4 possible answers. Life is common and often develops intelligence. Life is rare but often develops intelligence. Life is common and rarely develops intelligence. And finally, life is rare and rarely develops intelligence. This method of Bayesian statistical inference, used to update the probability for a hypothesis as evidence for information becomes available, states prior beliefs about the system being modeled, which are then combined with data to cast probabilities of outcomes. Quote, the technique is akin to betting odds, Kipping said. It encourages the repeated testing of new evidence against our position, in essence, a positive feedback loop of refining your estimates of likelihood of an event. From these 4 hypotheses, Kipping used Bayesian mathematical formulas to weigh the models against one another. Quote, in Bayesian inference, prior probability distributions always need to be selected, but a key result here is that when one compares the rare life versus common life scenarios, the common life scenario is always at least 9 times more likely than the rare one. The analysis is based on evidence that life emerged within 300 million years of the formation of the Earth's oceans, as found in carbon-13 depleted zircon deposits, a very fast start in the context of Earth's timeline. Kipping emphasizes that the ratio is at least 9-to-1 or higher, depending on the true value of how often intelligence develops. Kipping's conclusions is that if planets with similar conditions and evolutionary timelines to Earth are common, then the analysis suggests that life should have little problem spontaneously emerging on other planets. And what are the odds that these extraterrestrial lives could be complex, differentiated, and intelligent? Here, Kipping's inquiry is less assured, finding just 3-to-2 odds in favor of intelligent life. This result stems from humanity's relatively late appearance in Earth's habitable window, suggesting that the development was neither an easy or unsured process. He says if we played Earth's history again, the emergence of intelligence is actually somewhat unlikely, he said. Kipping points out that the odds in the study are not overwhelming, being quite close to 50-50, and the findings should be treated as no more than a gentle nudge towards a hypothesis. He said the analysis cannot prove certainties or guarantees, only statistical probabilities based on what happened here on Earth. He said, yet, encouragingly, the case for a universe teeming with life emerges as the favorite bet. The search for intelligent life in worlds beyond Earth should by no means be discouraged. This is by Columbia University. Material by David Kipping, Bayesian analysis of life's early start in our late arrivals. and this is on Science Daily. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.